Isabella was bored. Bored of fancy parties, bored of endless shopping trips, bored of her life in a gilded cage. She longed for adventure, for something real, something more than diamonds and designer dresses. Isabella wanted to discover something herself, something truly extraordinary. Then she found her grandfather's journal. He had been an explorer, a man who vanished into the Amazon searching for a lost city. Isabella knew what she had to do. She would finish his quest. She would brave the dangers of the jungle and find the city herself. Isabella was nervous, but she was also excited. This was her chance to prove herself. This was her chance to be more than just an heiress. This was her chance to live. The jungle welcomed Isabella with a suffocating embrace. Vines reached out like grasping claws, and the air hung heavy and humid. The emerald canopy above blotted out the sun, casting the jungle floor in perpetual twilight. Insects buzzed and chirped, their symphony a constant background noise. Isabella, guided by her grandfather's weathered journal and accompanied by a handful of experienced local guides, ventured deeper into the green maze. Each step was a battle against the relentless vegetation, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and exotic flowers. The jungle was a dangerous place, but it was also beautiful. Isabella was determined to face its challenges and uncover its secrets. The jungle was teeming with life. Monkeys chattered from the treetops, their calls echoing through the foliage. Colorful parrots soared overhead, their feathers like jewels against the emerald backdrop. But danger lurked beneath the beauty. One evening, Isabella's group stumbled upon a jaguar, its sleek coat dappled by the moonlight. The air crackled with tension. The big cat watched them with wary eyes. Isabella held her breath, her heart pounding. The guide slowly backed away, never breaking eye contact, and the jaguar eventually melted back into the undergrowth. Isabella had faced her fear and emerged unscathed. She was starting to feel like a real explorer. Deep within the Emerald Labyrinth, Isabella encountered the true guardians of the jungle, the indigenous people. They emerged from the foliage, their faces painted with intricate designs, their eyes wary but welcoming. These were people who lived in harmony with the jungle, who understood its secrets. Isabella approached with respect, her hands open in a gesture of peace. The language barrier was immense, but smiles and gestures spoke volumes. The villagers offered them food and shelter, sharing their knowledge of the forest and its hidden paths. They spoke of ancient legends, of a city of gold hidden deep within the jungle. Isabella listened intently, her heart pounding with anticipation. Could this be the lost city her grandfather had sought? Section 5. Whispers of a Lost World. Days turned into weeks, and still Isabella pushed deeper into the jungle. The clues in her grandfather's journal, combined with the stories of the villagers, pointed towards a single incredible truth: the lost city was real. One morning, Isabella stumbled upon a clearing. Vines had overtaken much of it, but she could make out the unmistakable shape of a stone carving. It was a serpent's head, its eyes crafted from precious stones that glittered in the dappled sunlight. This was it. This was the first sign, the first whisper of the lost world her grandfather had dedicated his life to finding. Section 6, the heart of the city. The carvings led to a path almost swallowed by the jungle but still discernible. With renewed determination, Isabella and her team hacked their way through the undergrowth, following the ancient trail. And then they emerged into a vast clearing. Before them, rising out of the jungle like a slumbering giant, lay the lost city. Stone buildings, their facades covered in intricate carvings, reached for the sky. A wide avenue paved with massive stone blocks stretched towards a towering pyramid in the distance. Isabella gasped in awe. It was more magnificent than she could have ever imagined. Her grandfather's lost city was real. Section 7, Treasures of the Spirit. The city was a treasure trove of history and culture. Isabella and her team spent weeks exploring its temples and palaces, marveling at the intricate carvings and murals that adorned the walls. They deciphered ancient texts, unlocking the secrets of a civilization lost to time. But the true treasure, Isabella realized, wasn't gold or jewels. It was the spirit of the city, the echoes of a people who had lived in harmony with nature, who had created beauty and knowledge in the heart of the jungle. This, she realized, was the legacy she wanted to carry forward. It wasn't about plundering treasures, but about preserving history, about learning from the past. Section 8. Farewell to the Green Maze. Leaving the city was bittersweet. Isabella knew she couldn't stay. The jungle had revealed its secrets, and now it was time to share them with the world. She promised to protect the city, to ensure its preservation for future generations. As she walked away, following the path back to civilization, Isabella took one last look at the emerald canopy behind her. The jungle had been her teacher, her adversary, and ultimately her salvation. She carried its lessons in her heart. The jungle had tested her, pushed her to her limits, and rewarded her in ways she could never have imagined. Section 9. A Changed Woman. Isabella returned from the jungle, a changed woman. She was no longer the bored heiress. She had faced her fears, embraced the unknown, and discovered something truly extraordinary. She had found adventure, knowledge, and a sense of purpose she never knew she possessed. Isabella used her wealth and influence to establish a foundation dedicated to protecting the jungle and preserving the lost city. She shared her story with the world, inspiring others to seek knowledge and adventure. She had found her calling, and she knew that her journey had just begun. The jungle had awakened a spirit of adventure in Isabella, a spirit that would continue to burn brightly for the rest of her days.